let's get into the meat and potatoes of what we wanted to hit on this. The album itself, you know, we listened to the album. I want to pass this one to you first. What is your thoughts and review on this album?
Quavo has not worked as hard on an album, I would say, since Culture, the original Culture. Quavo put his heart and soul into this album, not only with the lyrics, the melodies, and the producing. You can tell that he was with the producers saying, hey, man, this is looking right. This is looking good. This is looking, hey, I want to change this up. He was there giving his opinion, and that's what we've wanted, man. We wanted Quavo to actually be there, and he was there, man. Takeoff, man. People thought that Takeoff wasn't gonna perform as well without Offset. Some people speculated that Takeoff was, hey man, without Offset in the group, man, Takeoff might not be able to perform as well because that was the older OG giving the youngest advice. Takeoff said, nah, man, we built for infinity links.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what they did, man. They went crazy, man. If I had to rate this album, I'm giving it a 9.5.
Woo!
A solid 9.5. I gotta give it if we don't do halves, I gotta give it a 9.
Yeah, because remember we said we don't do halves. Yeah.
So I gotta give it a 9.
High 9, a good 9, a solid 9.
A solid 9.
Real solid 9.
And the only reason why I say a 9 and not a 10 is because I feel like just something is missing. Like just there's a little something.
Is that Offset?
Whether it's Offset or another feature that they could have added to two separate songs, like you know what I'm saying, like a Travis feature that they could have added to two songs. Travis feature, you know what I'm saying? Something was missing.
A little something.
I don't know what exactly it was per se, but I know a little something was missing.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we got the old Quavo back.
Yeah.
Your go. What would you rate it?
Well, I remember when we first listened to the album. Well, I first listened to the album. I listened to it first before you because, you know, I had the leak. You know, I had the leak. But I listened to it and I texted you, bro. And I said, and you can confirm this, bro. I literally said, bro, I think we got the old Quavo back.
And I slid right away.
Literally, bro, I said, bro, I think we got the old Quavo back. I couldn't believe it, man.
I slid within 30 minutes.
I literally could not believe it, bro. Like, because, you know, we listened to, you know, the old Migos.
I put you on.
And, bro, the old Quavo was something else, bro. And then I started listening to this shit, and I was like, man.
We're talking tapes that people really don't know about. Streets Unlocked 4.
And man, I'm sitting there, bro, and I'm like, man, Quavo really doing something right now, bro. He really was putting his, like you said, his heart and soul into this music, and I could tell. I felt like he got that motivation back.
Exactly.
Some people said that after the Migos really got to that superstar status, that Quavo, man, he just didn't really have the motivation for music anymore.
I could definitely agree with that to some extent.
And I really think that whether you like it or not, this whole beef with Offset sparked a new motivation for Quavo to really be like, oh, bro, I got to lock in and really put out a classic. You know, and look, we're going to get into that, but that's in his head. He said, man, I got to put out something that's really, really, really good. You know what I mean? Better than Quavo Huncho, better than better than Culture 3, better than anything I've been on recently. I really got to put my heart and soul into it. And I think, you know, everyone kind of expected Takeoff to do his thing, but the real question mark on this was Quavo. What were we going to get? Were we going to get the new Quavo who kind of was washed maybe? Or were we going to get the old Quavo? And we like I said,
we know our answer.
We got the old Quavo. So that's my biggest takeaway. However, you know, the production on this track, or the production on this, you know, unbelievable as well. You know, it's not just about Quavo, and it's not just about his performance. The production on it.
Could give a shout out to Buddha Beats.
Really, really good. You know, Ezzy as well.
Ezzy, oh man, and bro, he was.
And obviously DJ Darrell.
DJ Darrell.
But like the production on this was A1 for me. It really sounded, you know, really, really good. But then, you know, I would say every feature did their thing.
Facts.
They needed to do.
Even Summer Walker.
Even Summer Walker. Everyone who was featured on this album who got the opportunity did their thing. And that's exactly what all you can ask for. You know, honestly, for me, personally, this album was really, really, really good. You know? If I had to give something where I think it could have used a little bit of improvement, I think maybe one or two more features, like you said. Was it? I don't know exactly who, but I would say maybe a Travis Scott feature, maybe a Uzi. I don't know exactly. Lil Baby, somebody would have been nice. You know what I mean? But with that being said, I don't think it was necessarily bad without it or anything like that. And if I'm gonna give it a rating out of 10, we don't do halves. I have to agree with you. Like I said, I gave you my kind of flaw with it per se. I have to agree with you. I give it a high 9. I mean, if I could do halves, it would be 9.5, like you said. Almost a 10. I'm talking maybe 9.8 type thing. Like it's really close, bro. Like I think it's close. I think it was really, really good. And I had high expectations for this. And I think it beat it. I think it beat my expectations, which I think anytime an album beats your expectations, you're coming away happy. And I'm very, very happy with this album. And I'm excited to see
favorite song.
Like Chocolate had to have been for me. For me, that was, I feel like there were so many good songs on this, but that song in particular, man, there's just something about it, bro.
The song with YoungBoy, bro. The song with NBA YoungBoy, man. That was the one for me.
I'm literally over here like moonwalking across the crib listening to Chocolate, bro. It's just like one of them ones, bro. But obviously,
not only because it has Young Thug and Gunna.
That's the thing. It wasn't even because of Young Thug and Gunna, and obviously I love those two artists as well. But Quavo on that song was different, bro. Like he really was different. And he kind of, I'm not going to say he carried the song because everyone else did their thing, but like if I had to say who did the best on the song, it was Quavo.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And that's that with that song, but it was definitely my favorite. But another song, Look at Me, that was a song, like I said, when we first listened to it, I was like, dang, that's one of them ones. And then I re-listened to it, and I was like, yeah, that's definitely one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? But for me, my overall best favorite track, Chocolate. But for you, what was yours?
For some reason, I can't remember the specific name of the track, but
Wasn't it To the Bone?
Yeah, To the Bone. That's it. I knew it was the one with YoungBoy, but it's To the Bone for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. I remember you said To the Bone.
Bad to the bone. Hey.
It was, and that song's fire. That's definitely in my top 5 songs on the album for sure. It was unbelievable. The next, but look, we both gave it a 9, and we both said we would have given it a 9.5, closer to a 10. The question is, and this. Was this album, or will this album be a classic?
Will it be a classic? Will it be something we play from the 5 years from now? Are we gonna still be jamming most of the songs? I can say that. How about this? I'll say that some of the songs are definitely classic and will be a classic. Mm-hmm. Some of the songs. Mm-hmm. The album as a whole being a classic, I just can't agree with that. Mm-hmm. I just can't agree. However, again, some songs will definitely be a classic.
I think it's tough to say whether something will be a classic literally one day after it came out. Well, technically, this is the day of it coming out. It's always going to be tough. But I think this has classic potential. I think that this album is going to age like fine wine. If it's sounding good now, I think, bro, we're going to listen to this in a month and now, and it's going to sound even better.
Said that about Drake.
We're gonna look back at this album in a year from now and think, wow, this album was good. Look, Huncho Jack Huncho, one of your favorite albums.
My favorite album.
Exactly. At the time when it first came out,
was hella slept on.
Got a lot of hate.
It did.
We look back on it now. This is what, it's 5 years. 5 years later, we can all say that the album was slept on. It had bangers. Some call it a classic.
I would call it a classic.
I think we're going to look back on this 5 years from now, 2027 or whatever. We're going to be like, damn, bro, Quavo and Takeoff really did their thing on this, bro. And I think this album has the potential to be a classic 5 years from now.
I'm going to be honest. What we're going to get into next is how much Offset, if Offset was on the project, how much would he have contributed truly? Mm-hmm. I think that would have made it a classic.
Oh, so you just wanted another Migos album.
If Offset was on the album, it would have made it a definite classic without a doubt in my mind.
What makes me what's intriguing about that point is like, why if they were able to make a body of work like this, how come they didn't do it for Culture 3? How come they didn't do it for Culture 2? Where was this beat selection then? Where was this?
They didn't have the determination.
So if you're gonna put it up hypothetically and you're gonna say like, you know, we could get the same beats or whatever, and we just add an Offset verse to all of them.
Exactly.
If that's the question and that's how you're gonna pose it to me, then Offset is gonna add a lot to this project,
and it would be a classic.
However, you know, it's tough when you really think about situations like that because like the thing like songs might have not been made the same if Offset was involved.
That's very true.
So if you're gonna pose the question like literally we get the same songs as they are and you just add an Offset verse, okay, he's definitely adding a lot, and because I love Offset, but I don't know if we would get this album and these songs the same way we got them if Offset was on it. So like, assuming that we do, I think Offset adds a lot to this project, and it's an unfortunate thing that he's not there. Of course. Thank y'all for checking out this clip of the Shooter Straight podcast. Please like and subscribe, and check out our social medias in the description box below.
Click the logo to watch more clips and check out previous episodes.